So every now and then a pair of budget earbuds comes along that makes you question why would you pay and spend more on bigger brands. And these right here are the Roseselsa Ceramic X. Cost less than 50 bucks, but they promise LDAC support, multi-point capabilities, ANC, and even up to 50 hours of battery life with the case. On paper, that kind of sounds almost too good to be true, right? So the true question here is, do they actually deliver in real world use? So let's check it out. So what I like about these earbuds is the sound quality, and for something under 50 bucks, I think these are definitely great sounding earbuds. Plus you're getting decent specs here, although not the latest chipsets, but a Bluetooth 5.3 with LDAC support, AAC and SBC codec. This is actually very well spec'd, and on top of that you get multi-point capabilities as well. Battery life is also really good, and with ANC off you get 10 hours per charge and 40 additional hours with the case, making a total of 50 hours. And there isn't any rated battery life with ANC, but we can estimate a 30% reduction in battery life, so you still get 7 hours per charge and 28 hours with the case. I also like that you get usable ANC performance in most situations, even with strong wind around, and you get a nice wind reduction mode to combat that as well. Finally, you also get a nice IPX5 water resistant rating, so you can use it in the rain while working out with no problems. So what could be better? So first thing is that the build quality here, I wish that the case and earbuds could be better, as it feels kind of flimsy and doesn't feel too premium in my opinion. Due to the design of the earbuds, fit could also be tricky, especially if you have smaller ears. And call quality on these earbuds could also be better, and especially in noisy environments, they may not be the best for calls. Finally, there isn't any manual EQ to tune how you like the earbuds to sound, and the presets are also very limited to only 3 to select from. So if the presets don't work for you, you may not be able to find another sound signature that satisfies you. So let's talk about the sound quality you get here. And you get a well-balanced, full sound signature that has lots of power to spare. And it's surprising for an in-ear type of earbuds that the Ceramics X actually comes with quite a decent soundstage. You get quite a bit of floaty experience when using this earbud, especially noticeable when listening to songs like Hotel California, where you can hear the instruments at the start kind of like floating right around here. So it's decently far away from your ears. And the earbuds does well with the mid-bass performance, giving you a solid and firm punch without feeling overwhelming. Even for those who don't really enjoy the type of deep rowdy bass, the Ceramics X provides a subtle hard punch. So sub-bass here is decent and it doesn't rumble extremely deep, so you get that nice sounding sub-bass but nothing crazily deep. So mid-vocals here is nice with a subtle recess, so it sounds a little bit on the warmer end of the spectrum, and you can tune it to be a little bit brighter for the mids, but the warmer signature here does provide a nice warmth for most artists. Finally, highs here could also be a little brighter in my opinion. It's still a nice sounding signature, but these earbuds are tuned out of the box a little bit warmer, so the brightness of it is kind of toned down a little bit. You can tune it to the hi-fi EQ to get a little bit more out of it, but because of the lack of manual EQ controls, you're kind of limited to how much you can push the highs. So this is a test to see if the Roseselsa Ceramics X is a good earbuds for making phone calls. So this means speaking in a relatively quiet environment, and this is the call quality that you can expect. So what I'm going to do now is to turn on a simulated background noise so you can hear a difference. So now that the simulated background noise going in the background, this is the call quality that you can expect on this earbud. So what do you think of the call quality? Let me know in the comment section down below. So these earbuds are designed, in my opinion, very similar to the likes of the Edifier X3 series of earbuds, but with a slightly candy glossy grey color with sparkles thrown into the mix. And the front here you get the Roseselsa branding with a dull gold color, and above that is also a tiny status LED. So at the bottom you're going to get your Type-C charging port as well as a button to put your earbuds in pairing mode. And the lid here doesn't stay open as you open them, and inside you're going to see your IEM style earbuds. So to be honest, honest, this type of earbuds, you either like it or you don't, because the fit may be something of a concern, because this might be designed a little bit bigger, so it may fit you or may not. So if you can, please do try it out before buying them. So the earbuds here are kind of small. It looks good and has the same gray color and the dull gold ceramics branding on the touch sensor surface. So everything here is made of plastic and there isn't any in-ear sensor found here. So ANC on the Ceramics X is pretty normal and they aren't too substantial. For when you're using it in an office environment, it effectively cuts out hums from the AC and gives you a very serene environment. When I have colleagues talking next to me, I personally don't hear much when there's music playing. However, when there's a crowd talking and surrounding noise is unpredictable, it does get through a little bit. Airplane cabin noise and road noise is well modulated, but you need music to cut down the noise, and without music it still comes through quite a bit. And wind noise here is controlled well when you choose wind noise reduction mode, and even with a fan blowing directly at me, it's managed decently well. Only trouble is that you don't get ANC when you're in wind reduction mode. Transparent mode here sounds pretty decent and it feels natural without feeling artificial, and it feels like you're not wearing earbuds. So the Roseselsa app is very simple, nicely laid out, but it would be nice to have some additional capabilities here to make it more functional. So first you get your earbuds picture and also a nice battery percentage for the earbuds as well as the case, and you get a list of ANC controls here where you get all of the controls from ANC to wind noise to normal to transparency. And from my experience, there isn't any control to toggle which ANC mode you want to toggle from the touch controls, so you do need to cycle through all of them every time. And below that you get the 3 EQ settings to play with: pop, hi-fi or rock, and there isn't any manual EQ to adjust further. Below that are several toggles including gaming mode, multi-point connectivity, and under lossless audio protocol, you can also select LDAC if you have a compatible device. Touch controls here can be adjusted as well. They are comprehensive, you get volume controls, but I noticed that there isn't any to toggle gaming mode. Other than that, you also get to update your firmware when there's a new one. Latency mode here is good with low latency mode turned on, where you get very low latency when playing games like PUBG, and watching movies and videos also feels great without any detectable latency. So for under 50 bucks, the Roseselsa Ceramics X punches way above its weight. You're getting LDAC, multi-point, solid battery life, and a surprisingly balanced sound. ANC isn't class leading, but it's more than usable from day-to-day use, and the wind reduction mode is a nice bonus. So the only downside is that the case and buds feel a little cheap, the fitting can be a little bit tricky for smaller ears, and sound quality leaves room for improvements. Still, if you prioritize sound quality and value, then these are an easy recommendation at this price point. If you want to check out other ANC earbuds on my channel, click on this playlist right over here, or check out this video right over here for another review, and I'll see you at those videos.